My name's Luke and this is my channel, Western Bushcraft. Here I've got 10 tent pegs, a nice little east wing hatchet. I've got a pole over there, I've got a flue pipe, I've got a homemade ammo can stove that I'll show you later. Behind me here, this blue tarp that you see, that is the tent that I have made. It's a teepee tent that I made out of a 20 by 20 tarp. About $20 tarp, about $62 total on materials for this tent, including the wood stove. So I'm gonna take you through setting up the tent, get the wood stove going, get a good pile of firewood for tonight, and it's going to be a good experiment to see what happens. Tonight it's getting down to about 20 degrees. Not a lot of snow on the ground. There is snow in the forecast. There's some clouds over there behind me out to the west, so hopefully those blow in. Maybe we'll get an inch or two of snow tonight. That'd be really awesome. Camping's always better when it's snowing. This is nice frozen ground as well, so you got to tap them in. Apparently there's a rock there, which happens a lot in ground like this. It's frozen, there's rocks, so it always just makes it a little bit more exciting. Well, now I've gotten the tent up successfully with the help of the dogs. Next up, that stove you see on the left side of the screen there. We're going to load that. The secret to a great winter camping experience is this. This is an ammo can wood stove. Put a little door in it, cut a flue hole, put some lids on it myself. The ammo can is upside down when in the stove configuration. We just set this in here. And then this little stick here, it's 4" by about 3 feet long. And I created this on the top, just cut out the side, fold it over the top, that way snow and stuff doesn't come down, and it kind of pushes the smoke and sparks away from hitting the tarp, because otherwise, you know, now you have a tarp on fire and that's no fun. So we're just going to assemble this. And just like that, we have a nice little stove inside of our nice little tarp house for the night. Suppose you could call it a teepee too, but tarp house sounds a little cooler. Next up, we got to go find some firewood and get a fire going, load in the cot, get some sleeping gear in there, get it warming up, get a nice good bed of coals down, because like I said, 20 degrees tonight, I'm going to need a good fire. Granted, I do have my -10 degree bag with me, so if all comes to worse and the fire goes out, I'll be just fine. So Winco is still not yet a channel sponsor, but I still use their bags because they have really good bags. So we fold that in half, and we roll it up like a little log, put that in the fire, and then I put a larger log in there already, give that a little wiggle, and then I take some of this nice little kindling here, and just, you just throw it in, throw a couple sticks in, take the other piece of cardboard, turn it into a nice little log as well, we put that in, put in the remainder of these sticks. It's not super particular in, what fashion you stack them in there. I'm honestly not even looking at how they're stacked in there. You just go like that. The secret ingredient to any good fire is heat. And this is gas line antifreeze and water remover. So this is what you put in your vehicle or in your motor when it's, really cold outside. We just go like this. We just spray a healthy dose in there. And you'll know when it's a healthy dose. A couple seconds worth of spray. We take our Bic lighter. Nothing lights a fire like a Bic. Pick any corner, light it up, shut the door a little way to produce that draft. And you can see just around the edges there, you've got this just beautiful blue flame from the alcohol burning. And that'll catch everything on fire in there and get it rocking and rolling for us so we aren't sitting here freezing. Fire's going nicely now. I'm going to open it up so you get a nice good view in there. Put the next big log in so you can start building up some coals. And then I put these logs on top of the fire so you can see that one kind of steaming because they're a little moist. There's a little bit of snow out. So I'm going to shove in these big logs, and this is basically just stoking the fire up. So that way we build some coals quick, get it nice and warm in here, and we'll be good to go. That is really beautiful. There's nothing more beautiful than that. These collapsible fire sticks, like the one you see here, collapses down nice and small, fits in your pack really well. Great way to get the fire re-going. You know, sometimes the fire dies down, got to get it re-going. This is, in my opinion, the best invention since sliced bread. So now that the fire's going nicely, you can see in there, we've got some nice coals going in the bottom over on this side. I did bring up some Cowboy lump charcoal, and that's what this piece is right here. I'm going to throw some more in, because the nice thing about the Cowboy lump charcoal is it burns really slowly. So you don't have to stoke the fire a lot, because once you go to sleep, you know, you curl up in your sleeping bag, zip it up, you're nice and warm. You don't really want to unzip your sleeping bag to get out of it again to restoke the fire. So I'm going to utilize Cowboy charcoal tonight, kind of as an experiment, see what happens. We'll go from there, and I'll let you know how it turns out. Well, the Amocan wood stove is almost sweating me out of the tent. Quite warm here in my sleeping bag with all my layers, so looks like this night's going to go quite nicely. Just restoked the fire, fell asleep for about 2 hours or so. Woke up and was like, oh, I'm feeling a little cold. Throw a few more twigs in, see what happens, and fire's roaring again, nice and warm, nice and cozy. It's about 24 out right now, dropping down to about 18, so far so good. I'll bring you guys back in the morning, and we'll have morning tea, and I think I got some oatmeal packets for breakfast in my bag somewhere, and we'll have oatmeal and tea for breakfast, and good to go. Well, made it through the night nice and warm. Just getting the fire restarted, and then we'll warm up some water on top and make a cup of English breakfast tea and some oatmeal. Had to feed the fire a few times during the night. Got up about every hour and a half to 2 hours or so. It depended on how many logs I managed to fit in the fire, but really not too bad. And always a nice good bed of coals in there, even when, you know, the flames die down. So could use a bigger wood stove though. So perhaps I'm going to have to build a bigger wood stove for this tent. I've got some Twinings Irish breakfast tea. This is great stuff in the morning. Haven't had it in a long time, been doing coffee recently, but decided to go back to Twinings and see how breakfast tea works out in the morning. Kind of balance that there. Well, we still have half the amount of firewood left that I cut yesterday. Did not burn nearly as much as I had thought we would. So doing all right. Water's nice and warm for oatmeal up next. I'll sit here, enjoy my oats, and enjoy this nice warm fire, let it burn down, and finish packing all this stuff up. And it's been a fun night. Well, it's been another fun adventure. Thanks for coming along on this adventure. I'm glad this one worked out well. Look forward to more winter camping this winter and bringing you guys along for the adventure and the trip. So we're going to get this all packed up now. It was nice and cozy all night long. I was waking up about every 2 hours to put another 2 or 3 sticks in the fire, but really not too bad. Not as bad as I thought it would be. And it did get down to 16 degrees last night, but I was nice and warm. So thank you guys for watching all the way through this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and comment if you enjoy this content, and I will continue to create more content just like this, and preferably better than this content even as well.